Hello everyone, welcome you all for the Akshar online classes. This is Yagnashri, your science facilitator. So we always feel difficulty in understanding the complex topics which we can't see, which we can't touch. We always will be in an imaginary world that understanding what is inside it, what is it running behind it. So we always learn in a very smart way. So here we have a topic, I quickly get into it. What is a motor? And how does it work? What comes into your brain as soon as we learn about the motor? A power supply which is sent and the motor which starts spinning? Exactly. But what is running inside it, or what makes it to rotate in a clockwise direction or an anti-clockwise direction? That is what we are going to learn in this unit. Now we get into the topic construction and working of an electric motor. So what is a motor? Motor which converts the electrical energy into the mechanical energy. So where do we observe these kind of motor in our day-to-day life? Could you please look around and tell me what are the motors you can observe around you? Yes. So we can observe motor in the fans, in the refrigerators, in the washing machine, in pool pumps, and in floor vacuums. So these are the different ways where motor has a different function and a different working. So each and every field is different, and the function of the motor, it differs from one application to the other application. So here we get into the in detail of it. What does a motor consist? So this is an inside view of the motor which has number of components. So what are these number of components? We'll see. So this mainly consists of the 6 components. Those are armature. Armature is fixed with the coils, copper coils. It's a lamination sheet, and then inside we have the copper coils, copper strips, and which is connected with the shaft. We can see the black shaft, and here are the 2 magnetic poles, which is north and the south. These both are connected to the commutators or the split rings. These are the metal one. These both are connected in such a way that it makes the shaft to rotate in an easy way. And these commutators or the split rings are connected to the brushes. So we can see the brush part which are connected from one positive and one negative. So these are also called as a carbon brushes. So carbon brushes are B1, B2. When it comes to the split rings, these are S1 and S2. So here, according to the Fleming's left hand rule, the current which passes from the electrons to the protons, so here P and Q will experience the downwards direction, and R and S will experience the upward direction. Due to the inertia, the motion in the armature will start continuing, and it's whenever the armature is parallel to the magnets, the magnetic field will be maximum. When the armature experiences the turn towards the 90 degrees, which is perpendicular to the magnetic field of the north and south magnets, will experience zero current. When the armature come back to the parallel position, that is 180 degrees, which makes the Q and P towards this side and R and S arm towards this side, on your right hand, on your left hand. So this makes again the magnetic field towards the maximum. This makes the complete circuit which makes the electrical energy to move inside and make the armature to move continuously with the attraction and the repulsion due to the magnetic force, and the rotation of the shaft is based on the electrical power supply. This is how we can say that a motor which works with the electrical energy to the mechanical energy. The strength of the current through the coil, it mainly depends on the 4 things. Those are number of turns in the coil, area of the cross section of the coil, strength of the magnetic field, the attraction or the repulsion, lamination of the iron core. Here we now comes to the end of a session. So this clearly states that the electric motor works with the electrical energy, and this energy which converts into the mechanical energy.